लोगों ने अपनी आंखें बचपन से 30-40 साल पहले और पहले रेडियो से भी जुड़ी थी, और आज भी मन की बात में रेडियो इस्तेमाल हो रहा है आकाशवाणी के क्रम में। तो स्वागत है आपका, आप लोग भी बने रहिएगा। ओवर टू प्रोफेसर पवन शर्मा जी
हम
और
सभी
नेक्स्ट
का
सेगमेंट।
आप सभी का हम हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं इंडिपेंडेंट रिसर्च एथिक्स सोसाइटी की आयुष समृद्धि की 1272वीं मंजिल पर। मैं मंजिल तो नहीं कहूंगा, 1272वें पड़ाव पर आप सभी का भावभीना स्वागत। रेडियो, आज वर्ल्ड रेडियो डे है। 13 फरवरी को हर समय वर्ल्ड रेडियो डे मनाने की एक परंपरा चली आ रही, लेकिन रेडियो सिमटता जा रहा है, या तो टैक्सियों में या गाड़ियों में, वो भी एफएम के नाम से। एएम तो आजकल बहुत कम यूज होता है। एफएम में भी केवल एक मनोरंजन प्रधान हम उसका यूज करते हैं, जबकि रेडियो में बहुत सारे गुण हैं। चाहे वो भूकंप का अलर्ट हो, चाहे वो सुनामी की एक भयानक वार्ता हो, और या वो हेल्थ अवेयरनेस। हेल्थ अवेयरनेस के कई प्रोग्राम ऐसे हैं जो दूरदर्शन पे आते हैं। तो जैसे आदमी खेतों को सजाने के लिए, खेतों की फसल उगाने के लिए कृषि के कार्यक्रम गांव में देखते हैं, ऐसे ही स्वास्थ्य के कार्यक्रमों में भी इंटरेस्ट वहाँ जागृत है। लेकिन शहरों में परिस्थिति उल्टी हो चुकी है। आदमी व्हाट्सएप यूनिवर्सिटी का डोमिसाइल छात्र बन चुका है। जिंदगी भर के लिए उसने अपने आप को फेसबुक और व्हाट्सएप में समर्पित कर दिया है। टीवी की न्यूज चला के खाना खाना स्वभाव बन चुका है। तो रेडियो तो बेचारा सिसक रहा है। कहीं ना कहीं हमें इस रेडियो को हमारे आयुष के रिवाइवल के लिए, आयुष की समृद्धि के लिए रिवाइव करना जरूरी है। मैं आप सभी से प्रार्थना करूंगा कि जो जो आपके संपर्क में रेडियो में है, मुझे बताएं, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली हमारी भी अब इच्छा हो गई है। हमारे पास आप लोगों के आशीर्वाद के रूप में 5,000 घंटे का कंटेंट है, जो आयुर्वेद का, आयुष का, यूनानी का, सिद्धा का कंटेंट है। हम जब चाहे रेडियो चैनल या ओटीटी कर सकते हैं। मेरा सपना है कि हम आयुष समृद्धि का ओटीटी चैनल एक शुरू हो, आप लोगों के सभी के वक्तव्य उस पे आए, और नितांत फ्री हो। हर ओटीटी चैनल पैसा लेता है, लेकिन आयुष समृद्धि का आज तक का रिकॉर्ड है कि न हमने किसी से पैसा लिया है और न लेंगे। हमारा स्वार्थ ही आप सबका परमार्थ है। आपका आशीर्वाद हमें इतना मिल रहा है कि हमें किसी से और कुछ लेने की जरूरत नहीं। जुनून हम में है, नॉलेज आप में है, और तीसरा कुछ चाहिए नहीं, ये हम विश्वास आपको दिलाते हैं। लेकिन फिर भी ये बात बिल्कुल सही है कि आयुष की पब्लिसिटी के लिए, जन जन तक पहुंचाने के लिए रेडियो की एक बहुत बड़ी भूमिका हो सकती है। आप लोग जब से कहें, यदि आप लोग इंटरेस्टेड हैं, तो मैं कम्युनिटी रेडियो कभी भी शुरू कर सकता हूँ। शर्त इतनी है कि संभालना नई जनरेशन को होगा। मैं अब बूढ़ा होता जा रहा हूँ। मैं इन्हीं भावनाओं के साथ आदरणीय अग्निहोत्री सर से प्राकथन की प्रार्थना करता हूँ, और सैकत कुमार बसु जी का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ एज ए स्पीकर। अग्निहोत्री सर।
थैंक यू प्रोफेसर पवन शर्मा जी। Not only your guidance, but also your all emotional sentiments in a form of sentences, that how it had been there in past as far as the radio is concerned, and now how much it is valuable and important, and can be made important with the help of all these sector there where there is no TV screen or other facilities. I welcome Dr. Sekat Kumar Basuji from Alberta, a great person of every field. And as the today's topic is concerned, radio itself was very rare. It was not available in each and every family. In mohallas, one family or two family might be having a 30-40 feet high that sort of antenna, and then one net antenna and all that. Murphy's especially was the few companies having the radios, and then came the revolution of a transistor. Transistor made the radio portable, and it can be carried in the field also. So our farmers are having transistors, and they are especially interested for the Krishi Darshan or agriculture news, how to get checked the soil or the status or health of soil for the better production of crops. Or else, as we all know, that cricket had always been a very important subject in for Indians, and transistor was the one vital part to make the things available. At which score Sunil Gavaskar is playing, and in what way our bowlers are working. So this is all the radio was there, of course, along with the doctor program, Hello Doctor program, and other health related subject matters like Swasthya Paricharya. We had been say radio speaker, radio doctor for the last 30 plus years. So radio had always been a very vital part for all the common men. And they were appealed to reply on postcard how you enjoyed this program. So number of postcards used to come to the Akashvani Center, AIR Center in Nazibabad, then wherever we were giving talks. So in that way, its popularity was matchless. And again, after say in 2014, since Adaraniya Prime Minister Modi ji started Man Ki Baat, that too on All India Radio, it became again popular. Those who are having radios, they got their radio repaired to get it, or in the we used to sit in car and take if we are there outside our room. So with these words, I appreciate the value of radio and the contribution of radio to the society for the maintenance of health, happiness, crop, everything. So with these words, I again hand over Professor Pawan Sharma if he is comfortable, or else our guest is very much here, Dr. Saikat Basuji with us. So definitely without wasting time, we will be going to listen a great talk from him. Dr. Saikat Basuji.
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to welcome humbly Dr. Saikat Kumar Basu और his बस क्या बोलूं मैं, शताब्दी वैसी स्पीड में और यदि अच्छी भावनाएं सुननी हो तो मेरे सैकत कुमार बसु जी का कोई जवाब नहीं. एक्सीलेंट, वेलकम डॉक्टर सैकत, वेलकम.
थैंक यू शर्मा जी.
बोलेंगे इसलिए रुके.
No problem. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharma and Dr. Agnihotri ji. It's again a pleasure for me to be present on your platform. Radio to talk about on this auspicious day of 13th February, where we are celebrating all over the world the World Radio Day. One of the important things for us to remember is that radio is a very nostalgic aspect of our life. Those of us who were born in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s grew up with radio. In today's world, with the development of 4G, 5G networks, the internet, technology is changing. There used to be computer desktop that used to work so much. Now we have laptops. Now we have desktop from palm tops. Now we have smartphones that have replaced pagers and other technologies. So radio has been at one point of time the sole form of communication, which has been a big part of life. And contrary to the belief that radio is almost becoming extinct all over the world, it is actually not very true. The number of active subscribers of radio, if it is a sample survey is done, various researches have been conducted whether the subscribers of radios have gone down. It says that no, it hasn't gone down. Actually, it has gone increased at some point of time. Then it has become stable. Of course, the AM channels are not much popular these days. FM channels are more popular in the urban areas. But nonetheless, it's still a very big sort of communication channel for the vast rural areas. A latest survey indicates that the All India Radio has been able to reach to 99% of the Indian population, except for very rare remote areas such as like endemic tribe or primitive tribes areas located in mainland India or in Andaman or in some located sensitive border areas in Northeast India and other places along the Western Himalayan region. This is available everywhere. why do we need to have radio on these days? This is the question that I hear from a lot of people suggesting that why do we need radio till this day? Because our technology and communication channels have changed so much. How many of us have written a letter to someone in the past 10, 15 years? Honestly, I have not written a single letter. Um, Even for like maybe for an application to the government, or sometimes like a formal application to a court or something where you have to write a personal application. Other than that, we don't use letters anymore, right? Like most of our communication happens through WhatsApp, through our text messages over the phone, or through our various other social media platforms. We rarely visit our relatives these days. So, but is this bad? Well, I do not know good or bad, but I'm saying that this is a race of technology, and over time things would change, and it is beyond our ability in any continent that is inhabited by humans, that it is very difficult to stop the progress of the technology. There used to be pager at one time. It was extremely popular when we were students in the colleges at the university level, and it was like a sort of a fashion for girls and boys to carry pager and receive page information. And then came the mobiles, and now we have been transformed into handsets as iPhones and the smartphones and Android phones. Who could ever believe that we are using a phone which has almost replaced our office work? Particularly during the COVID, we have realized that your phone or your desktop or your laptop is almost a replacement for an entire office. Many companies till date are utilizing online office work, including the one that I am working. It is because they have found it because to be more counterproductive, and also it reduces the cost of operation, and it is an easy way to connect to various people within a very short period of time. So technologies change, and we have to accept this technology. We were thinking now artificial intelligence has come into our life, and many of us are aware, or either worried or very exhausted that like this is going to take over our life. Robotics is influencing our life, and intelligence is true. But I would believe that human civilizations will find and figure out a way and will progress, and there will be something more advanced than artificial intelligence that will be coming up one after another. This is technology. And as human innovations are happening around the world, various modes of communications are there. So will parallelly we have televisions, we have internet, we have phones and everything. But radio will continue to exist. Is because, as Dr. Sharma and Dr. Agnihotri all very nicely illustrated, that even till today, our radio sets are very important for the purpose of health communication. Our honorable Prime Minister Modi ji has revived the radio use through his Chai Pe Charcha and various other programs that All India Radio has hosted. I do listen. I do have apps loaded on my mobiles which are connected to All India Radio, because I do participate in many of their programs as a resource person many times when I visit India. And one of the great thing is this, that there is countless number of programs that happens across All India Radio. And contrary to the belief that this is not being listened by the people, it's not very true though. Like if you go into rural Canada, rural United States, well, we have to drive, say 200 kilometers or 250 kilometers from one state to another for work purpose or other. Most people prefer listening to various radios, and it could be FM channel, it could be AM channel, mostly providing news, music, drama, sports. Particularly, people going into the deep sea ocean for fishing, or going into border areas, sensitive areas. Sometimes you could not provide information over the net, or jamming and blocking. The radio is another alternative mode of communication, particularly when there is an earthquake or other kind of natural calamities that happen. It is always good to have an additional source of communication for reaching out to people. So this radio is never go. I do not believe this radio is going to be extinct, but it is going to stay. But it has to change its forms. It has to change its mode of communication, and changes are happening around the world. Radio programs are still very popular in across the world in various languages, and I think we have to give credit to All India Radio, because it has reached to those parts where even internet and television has not been successfully able to penetrate. So it's still a main source of connection between the government and our citizens who are located in very sensitive areas, border areas, remote areas, where we do not have enough towers, where we do not still have good television facilities and stuff, good electricity and other facilities. It's still the radio that connects those parts of the country with the mainland or the administrative system. It's a second warning system, particularly for various professions, whether you are in army, whether you are in coast guard, whether you are in navy, or whether you are acting as a low altitude pilots and stuff. Radio is always a security tool that is continue to stay with us in addition to this role in providing news, other kinds of information like music, drama, sports. Radio dramas, when I was a young, or when we were growing up, radio dramas, particularly Akashvani Kolkata, was outstanding. Radio Kolkata. If you ever get a chance to visit Akashvani in Kolkata, close to the Eden Gardens, their archives holds collection of musics, collection of recitation, drama of one of the most iconic artists from pre-colonial period to colonial period to post-colonial period, and every aspect of those heritage or our cultural social prestige is stored in their archive, which they time to time play around in their radios, and it's our national heritage. We cannot just simply forget that. Today, on 2024, the theme for this year's radio day, World Radio Day, is a century informing, entertainment, and education. Well, particularly for many remote areas, island areas, the Indira Gandhi National Open University has extensively used various radio programs. UGC has used various radio. AICTE has also used various radio programs to reach very remote island creeks, channels, parts of areas where other communication channels are not easily accessible, particularly for providing education tools. This has provided extensive services during the COVID, when many other resources were chalked out or many other people were not being able to reach. It's an alert system other than entertainment, and it's a very, very important source of education. Our life has become extremely busy, and as a consequence of that, many our attachment with literature, our attachment to poem, drama, all are getting slowly eroded. These generation of children does not know any, whether they are not even aware of the works of Munshi Premchand or Rabindranath Tagore or Swami Vivekananda or any of the enlightening people that has provided countless literature sources that is not even available to our young generations. They are so much engaged in video games or other attributes of modern technology that has been made available to them. But recently, over last 5 to 8 years, radios, both FM channels and various other institutes and organizations that use radio as their resources, has done a wonderful way in transferring. So what they're doing, they are using like storybook, a novel or a novella or poem. They are enacting it as in the form of a drama, and then they are broadcasting it. So many of the legendary authors in various languages, not only Bengali, Hindi, Gujarati, Punjabi, and South Indian languages that I am aware of, they are having these stories narrated in the form of drama with music and everything, and it has been broadcasted as audiobook stories. And this has become popular not only in our country, it has become popular all over the world, particularly if you are traveling long distance, you are driving or you're traveling over bus, you are bored sometimes looking into your YouTubes and computer, get into your transistor, and you will be amazed what outstanding literature programs they are having, where you will have it like an audio drama. So if you are looking and enjoying the scenery outside while you are traveling in the car or a bus or train, you can look outside, but at the same time can enjoy the story that are being broadcasted in the radio. This was first initiated by a group, as far as I am aware of, in Kolkata. And then it has spread into other languages and across India, and it has become very popular. And even around the world, even in various aspects of English, French, Spanish, Portuguese literature, they have these drama stories or the dramatic version of our classic literatures being broadcasted in story form, where various characters are being playing, various voices are being used, and it's becoming very popular. Why is it so important? It is important because this new generation do not have the time to read books. So at least while they are driving, at least while they are traveling, at least while they are having breakfast or dinner, or at least while they are going to bed, if they are listening to the story, it is a very healthy habit, not only to develop your vocabulary, not only to develop your your wording, your forms of expression. Art enriches the quality of the mind, but at the same time, it is a very good stress reliever. It reduces your stress and anxiety and tension, and you get engrossed in the story. So for example, I'll say I have listened to very outstanding qualities of the novels of Jim Corbett being delivered over the radio, and they have used soundtracks and other techniques, and the version and the voice has been so outstanding. You could, if the as you were listening, you could imagine in your mind how this hunter is moving and how the tiger is coming and how he is following them, and you get engrossed in the part of the story. And on tiring days when you are too exhausted and tired, you feel sleepy, and it is a very good habit of enriching the quality. It is just beside you. You do not need to put it beside your head. You can keep it at a distance, and you can have a habit of listening to it. It enriches your vocabulary, it enriches your humanitarian quality, and I think it enriches your quality as a human, because you are connected with your heritage, you are connected with your culture, you are connected with your literary grains. Like many, I was once traveling on a bus, and I have in Bihar, and I had like I'd run their transistor there while traveling in the jeep while attending a forest survey that I was a part at that time. And because it was in the tribal areas, as soon as I connected to the radio stations were playing tribal music, and I could say I can share like how enchanting and wonderful that experience were as we were traveling through the road with dense forest on either side, in the forested region of Bihar going towards Jharkhand, and you having all this tribal music being played and the tribal songs being played. It connects you so well to the land, it connects you so well to the soul of India, that no other media could do that unless you have this practice. And I think it is also the responsibility of us as an individual or as parents to introduce our kids to all the tools. We always complain that they do not read books, they do not listen to radio, they are always playing games. But I have seen mothers giving my kid is going to bother me, so I'm just running the movie, or I'm running the television, or I'm having a games for them to play. So we are becoming so busy that we are not ready to give times to our next generation. And as a consequences, we are providing them with the tools. And then when they're getting addicted to the tools, we are complaining that they are not following our traditional path. They are not learning anything our culture. They are becoming a hybrid production of the West and East. And they are possibly picking up all the wrong sides from Western culture. No, actually, before pointing fingers at them, we should be pointing fingers to ourselves, because we are not exploring, we are not providing them the opportunity to show them what radio programs are. Like if I put my hand on my heart, I could not say that for any young people, I have opened any radio station and demonstrated and shown to them what great programs that are happening. They get to know this accidentally from their friends, but I am not participating in this. So I do not think I do not have the right to blame our younger generation that they are not following this heritage or classical aspects or not exploring radio, because I myself has never given them the opportunity, or I have not taken the responsibility of showing that opportunity, that it is an extra tool. If you are not exploring radio, you are actually losing out from learning few new things which you cannot learn from other parts. Say, for example, we go to movies and you see a drama or you see a movie where the actor is acting, there is sound, there is picture, it's a three-dimensional thing that you are enjoying. But imagine when it is only voice that is playing, it stimulates your brain to imagine what the version of the person is saying. You develop an image in your brain of the characters that are interacting. If you close your eyes, just like your movie, you can see how the characters are playing, how they're moving to the forest, how different characters are interacting with one another. This is very important for the development of our brain. We are basically lazy. So if we have the option of only watching and not paying action or attention to listening, and then forcing our brain to imagine, to work on it and understand how these characters are interacting, we are actually not allowing our brain a facility or a faculty to develop in the long run, where your imaginative powers develop. Like I do hear all across the world, wherever I did it, nowadays the school children are not creative. They are not very good in creative writing. They are not very good in writing a poem. It is also because of these reasons that they have never been exposed to radio, where they will listen to something and they will be forced to think in their mind. They will train their brain to think about and imagine. And as soon as you this self expression comes in, you become a better, not only a better writer, better poet, better lyricist, better singer, you also become a better person because you are exploring another aspect of humanity. And last but not the least, we need to remember the contribution of one man during the pre-colonial period for which we see the radio today. It is around, say, February 13, I think 2012, that UNESCO adopted the World Radio Day. And as far as I remember, 1936 was the time in India, in British India, when Imperial Radio was initiated, which transformed after partition and independence in 1947 into All India Radio. But monumentally, the discovery of the radio is connected to a scientist in Bengal and an Indian, Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose, who was the first to design this method of wireless communication. Unfortunately, during those pre-colonial period, the British master did not want to recognize the contribution of this great, outstanding scientist who deserved Nobel Prize. He never patented his work. His work was stolen by Marconi from Italy, and then this guy was awarded Nobel Prize for the first wireless communication on which our radio technology is based today. It's quite unfortunate, but this was investigated by various other scientists down the line, and the Nobel Prize committee has acknowledged that they have failed to recognize the contribution of Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose's discovery, which has led to the discovery of radio, one of the greatest communication channel that still connects a huge part of our global humanity. Nonetheless, as Indians, we should be proud, whether or no or not that he received Nobel Prize. He laid the cornerstone of modern physics in colonial India when British did not allow Indian scientists to flourish. And unfortunately, today, on this day when we have so much facilities, we are failing to reach out to international science in spite of better salary, facilities, infrastructures that are being provided. We should be proud of our heritage that this man, with very little technology and resources available, made a monumental discovery that changed the entire world. This happened in India. It's a gift to the entire world from India. Whether the world recognizes it, it does not matter. But it is a very true fact that every Indian should be proud of the fact that this discovery of radio stems from the dedicated work of the greatest researcher in physics from India, Acharya Jagadish Chandra Bose. With this, I pay my homage to this great son of the soil, and also to all the great laureates that have worked in All India Radio in making this popular, whether it is Bade Ghulam Ali ji or Chote Ghulam Ali, Ghulam Begum Akhtar, and various other outstanding artists, to Lata Mangeshkar and to our present day various artists that are playing out in radio and various programs that they are continuing. I pray for the success of All India Radio, and I pray that radio continues to be or cater to a part of our social, cultural, and political life in every aspect, connecting both rural and urban India. I sincerely believe that radio is a connection between what we call India and the Bharat, and it needs to continue as a second line of tool of communication and also for security purposes. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity. I look forward once again to come to your platform in future opportunities. Thank you very much, Dr. Sharma Agniatris. Thanks to all the dignitaries and participants.
Dr. Sagar, I would like to offer the responsibility of leading head of OTT or radio channel. We would like to start our community radio of AYUSH Samriddhi, and
it will be wonderful. I think that's a great idea. And I think there is huge opportunity if we can develop a channel of our own, like a radio channel, this Samriddhi program, and particularly where we will not only have discussion about Ayurveda, but there could be treatments, things, simple treatments that people could do at home and do not depend so much on the allopathic medication, just like an immunity booster or better health promotion and stuff. I think this
So
is a
we are
wonderful idea, Dr. Sharma. Like I mean, this suggestion I think comes from divinity. Like you, by suggesting this, I think Ayush Samriddhi can become the first Ayurvedic channel in the entire world. So my heartiest congratulations before, and if there is any support that you need from me, I'll love to give my 100, more than my 100%. Thank you so much for
please,
coming up with this
please,
idea.
please lead this project, because we
Sure,
want to
sure, sure.
audio drama concept will be impressed me, and we want to launch a competition of international level audio drama. Audio
Definitely,
drama on
and we
health,
will have a team
audio
around.
drama on mythology of Ayush, audio drama excellent.
And even social applications of Ayurveda, importance of Ayurveda. Like I am not an Ayurveda practitioner, but I am an Ayurveda enthusiast. I am a medicinal chemist by profession and agronomist by profession, but I love Ayurveda, I respect Ayurveda, and I request every Ayurvedic practitioner that today the government of India has come up with open arms for your support. This is the best time for Ayurveda promotion. If you miss this boat or if you miss this train, this opportunity will never come again. So every Ayurveda practitioner from Kashmir to Kanyakumari should jump into this opportunity to promote Ayurveda through radio, television, internet, magazines, soft print, hard copies, in whatever form you can. You should participate. In practicing, in promoting, in talking about medicinal plants in various aspects, in conservation of medicinal plants, about tribal medicine, about our cultural heritage. This is very important. It is the responsibility of every student that is coming out of your Ayurvedic course, whether undergraduate, postgraduate, or doing a PhD. Just finishing your degree and sitting there and earning money is not your goal. Your goal is to make Ayurveda a global phenomenon. Prime Minister, our Honorable Modi ji and his government has provided, after a long years of neglect, a huge opportunity for Ayurveda, and the pandemic has also opened up an opportunity. So if we miss this bus, this opportunity will never come in the second time, and we will have to curse ourselves for not taking this bus. So I request humbly, with folded hands, to all practitioners, everyone associated with Ayurveda, to take part in this and make Ayurveda a great heritage and gift to the entire world from India. Its success is each of your success. So be a part of it. Please help this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We want to launch a national or international competition for audio drama, so we will have the content for audio also. So thank you very much. We have a great dignitary of Ayurveda, Dr. Vijay Singh Chauhan. Dr. Vijay Chauhan is my grand senior and elder brother, guide. So I would like to request Dr. Vijay Chauhan sir. Vijay Chauhan sir, am I audible to you? And we have Dr. Rajiv Gaikwad ji. Dr. Rajiv Gaikwad ji, would you like to say something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1 minute.
Welcome.
I want.
Please take charge of our OTT channel and radio channel for veterinary projects, all veterinary projects.
Yeah, I will tell you something about. Even at our university also, we have decided about radio channel. Already we are involved in the radio as well as television. So our staff, even field practitioners, etc., they will be regularly conducting one day, especially for Wednesday and Friday. 2 days are there. So on that day, there will be the lot of communications will be there on question answers or special topics to be discussed about outbreaks, etc. So that will be one aspect. And even government has initiated the Even university can start their own radio channel. So that channel, whatever the fees are there, they will be giving the band actually, and you have to schedule, but you should have a complete entire week schedule, etc. And use for the communication of technology to the farmers or to the whoever stakeholders are there. Even in Ayurveda also, it can be used for the public also, public awareness about the whatever the local plants are there, local remedies are there, or advancement techniques Ayurvedas are there, so it can be disseminated to the public. So that type of the awareness can be created, and government is initiating. But there is a fees for the subscribing the channel, and if such things are there, then you have to appoint a particular staff for the conducting the channel comparing, and we within even with the season also you can choose the topic, and you can give the importance to the public to minimize the disease outbreaks, as well as there should not be any adverse situation, what thing to be taken to prevent the outbreaks or prevent the deterioration of health, adverse effect of the climate, etc. So such type of the awareness can be done, and that will be useful for the general public. In our field, veterinary field also, we are doing the same way. So generally, with the season, there will be how much outbreaks will be during the rainy season or summer, etc. So that type of the awareness can be created. How to minimize these complications or death of the animals, etc. That can be prevented. So major precautions, etc. that can be shown to the animal, shown to the public to take the care of their animals, etc. Another thing will be the in veterinary practice actually nowadays more than 50% of the students are ladies, and they are really contributing for the welfare of the animal and maintaining the health, etc. They are playing the crucial role in the One Health program. They will be educating the owner about the how these diseases are transmitted from the animal to the human, and that minimize. Now even in Maharashtra also they have taken the initiation for the One Health program, and many times we will be the part for this even zoonotic diseases, etc. So conferences, regular conferences are arranged. Even all disciplines are participating in the awareness program as well as the campaign for that actually. Recently, Government of India has took initiative for the rabies is considered as a notifiable disease, and now public as well as veterinary sector is working on that actually. I heard that recently one conference was there. I heard that comparatively bites are increasing, etc. But whether these bites generally they are more in the children's as compared to the adults, because if they are running, etc. So many time animals feel like playing, or they will be like chasing, etc. And during such act, there may be the bite, likely chances of the bite. So awareness about this minimizing the how to minimize the bite, or what precaution to be taken if animal is chasing, etc. So likewise, such type of the awareness will be required, and that will be done. Even vaccination programs for the animal as well as the human beings, etc. For humans, they are generally will be recommended for the post-exposure therapies. In animal, we are doing a regular vaccination to minimize the outbreaks or recurrence of the rabies, etc. So such things are the preventive things are there. Particularly for the radio, actually, if university or any organization they are interested to start, then they will get the license for that, and that can be initiated. But you should have a sufficient program to run particular hours or particular days, etc., for the broadcasting, etc. And through that awareness programs can be created for general public, practitioners, or technology with the industry, etc. So that can be disseminated to the public, etc. And